Welcome back to the Eric Krown Crypto Channel. Wishing you a happy and healthy start to this Monday. Oh baby, it's a new week. It's a big week probably as well. We got some economic data coming out on Wednesday, I believe it is, and then also some continuation of some very high term time frame setups. Of which is $25,000 is $25,000 reasonable to expect in the next couple of days here. We'll be going over these statistics alongside that. And other than that, I want to once again give a bit of spotlight to Bybit, having their promotion going on for 0% on maker fees for derivative contract orders. I think that that's actually a rather useful and valuable promotion for especially more active traders. If you're not an active trader, then, well, fair enough, probably not for you. But if you are, then that, obviously does put a little bit more money back in your pocket as it does save on fees. And I believe it's only available with my link in the description below for 30 days. Other than that, what else? Yes, I do want to humbly request that if you find this content valuable or in some way meaningful or useful, also if you hate it as well, consider liking and subscribing, and let me know in the comment section how much you dislike or like it as well. Anyways, let's get into it. Starting off right over here. By the way, you don't have to do that. I mean, it's all good. It's all good, man. But I do want to get right back into the 12-hour time frame. Yes, I know we've been speaking about this a lot, but it's been giving us a bias in the more near term, and this is where we can really start to say, hey, there is a reason to believe that if Bitcoin is going to be taking this next leg up towards $25,000, you're probably going to see it in the next couple days. Why is that? Well, let me go over the setup right here. So basically, anytime that the 12-hour time frame, or any time frame on the HPD or indicator, closes above the blue 50% of historical returns range highs, coupled with a decline in volatility, which we see right here, volatility represented by the BBWP indicator, and this is where the decline happened, that puts into motion this setup, which leads towards these statistics, which I can reference over here. So let me just make sure, yeah, we're on the 12-hour time frame. I did make a note of this one when testing it. Fucking terrible in bull markets or just in general upside markets, which maybe this is. No, I'm not making any comment on that. That was yesterday's video. But out of 50 setups, 31 in this case actually played out to the downside. So a slightly high probability to play out to the downside, in fact. But 31 out of 50 is a 62% win rate, meaning that it has a 38% loss rate. In that case, would imply upside price action. So why am I bringing this up right now? Well, we can forecast the amount of days on average that we expect on wins versus losses. Again, win in this case would imply down, loss would imply up. So in terms of losses, you would expect about 6 days, just under 6 days to happen before a major return. In fact, in this case, a major return of about 9%. I would say that's major. And so that would be 9% to the upside, if you will. And this setup officially happened here on the 25th. So we are now on the 30th. That means that there's already been 5 days. So if you are looking for this one to play out, well, day number 6 is going to be tomorrow. And then after that, tomorrow, Tuesday/Wednesday, let's say, you want to give it a bit of margin of error. There's going to be some variance here, obviously. But after that, that is when the probabilities shift in favor of downside. So again, I'll repeat that one more time. If Bitcoin fails to continue here within the next couple days, the likelihood of it turning to the downside is going to be a lot greater than it continuing to the upside, based off of this right here. Until then, these next 2 days, it's more likely that Bitcoin continues to the upside. And I think that's just generally, generally looks like it wants to here as well. And on average would return about 9%. So from that setup given to 9%, on top of price action, that actually put Bitcoin at around, sorry, I'm actually doing this incorrectly. Apologies. Okay, 9%. Where would that be? Oh, is that going to be 25,000? Yeah, a bit over 25,000, somewhere between about 25,250 to 25,550. That's also in alignment with the daily top side of the 80% of historical returns range highs, which I thought was interesting as well, at 25,300. So if that does happen, if we are going to see continuation, that kind of be the areas of interest. There's probably going to be a stop along the way at about 24.6-ish, maybe short term. But ultimately, that's what we would expect. If Bitcoin fails to continue, however, between now and basically Wednesday, late Wednesday, let's say, that's at the point when the downside becomes more likely, and on average, it returns about 8%. So that would mean that from that point to 8% would put Bitcoin somewhere around like upper, like 21,000 bucks, basically, give or take, 200 from that number, let's say. At that point, I'd probably be looking for bounces at minimum, and I'd want to come back to it after that. And then, of course, I did take first standard deviation measurements on this, to the downside. I'm kind of biased towards thinking it probably wouldn't be as much as the average. It'd probably be more like 4%, which would put Bitcoin maybe in like the mid 21s. So something like that would kind of make sense if Bitcoin fails here. But for right now, things generally look like continuation. Not that looking like is a quantifiable means of trading or setup or anything like that. Not that this is financial advice, but generally speaking, looks good. Anyways, moving on now to also corroborate that the upside is a little bit more likely is a 5-day time frame chart. I promise you I'm going to be going over it. I'm going to be going over new data here. I definitely do get some of the comments where it's like, God damn it, Krown, the same thing again, man. The same thing again. It's like, yes, it's a 5-day setup. They take a month or two to play out. Like, it's going to take its time. And if you don't have the fucking patience for it, I mean, well, I wish you luck, my friend. I wish you luck. Maybe try trading a 5-minute. Anyways, yes, so setup is low volatility coupled with direction of stochastic oscillator equates towards some major statistics. But there is some new information here. What I've done is I've gone ahead and I've actually back tested the 5-day statistics, actually all of, the 2-day and the 5-day statistics for all of the iterations. And then I've divided it by long and short side. So I thought that this was rather interesting because the data is slightly different here, which can give us some slightly different targets actually. And so what I found is that out of the full history of Bitcoin, there was 11 iterations where this setup was available. And of the 11 ones for the long side, they actually all worked out to the upside, which was really fucking interesting. I don't expect that to happen for forever, but hey, so far so good. In this case, the average return was just over 54%. I do want to say that 2 of these iterations had massively big outlier-ish reads, 127.5% versus 79%. If we omit those, the average return is 43%. And so I went through and did the first standard deviation calculation over here as well. So from the setup given, from the setup identified to where we're at right now is just under 40% at about 38.5. At 42% or 43%, that would put Bitcoin basically at about 25,000 bucks. Which would be rather interesting. And by the way, from the days taken, we are at day number 20 now. Well, how many days on average does this take? 33 and a half days. So 30 to 35. So, it's still reasonable, at least in my opinion, based off statistics, to be looking for continuation here. Yeah, have we seen other ones top out after 20 days? Yeah, has happened definitely before, or 25 days even as well. But still, I'd say that the probabilities and statistics do favor upside continuation here for now. And if we were to play all the way up to the top side of the first standard deviation at 53%, I'm just curious what number that would print. 53 would put you, low 26s. So fair enough. There you go. And yes, things can continue from there as well, but it usually, it's more likely to at least go sideways into a consolidation for a prolonged period before anything new. All right, sweet. So we've gotten through that and we've gone through that. Let's now get into some more traditional things, some more easily identifiable and tangible things. 6-hour time frame, CME, hidden bullish divergence. 12-hour time frame is building it up as well. As you can see right here, the 6-hour, probably leads into the 12-hour, and if the 12-hour basically closes here or higher, which is, here or higher from the recording of this video, you're probably going to see that confirmed, and then at that point, probably going to get your next leg up, I would imagine. What else do we have? We can also, I should denote, however, on the lower term timeframes, we do have a little bit of a gap. We have a nice little gapola here. I would actually say that it's mostly filled already. If you do want to see a move back down to 23.3, that's fine on CME, which would be 23.150 on spot. Or 23.1 on spot, because it's about a $200 price premium. So, short-term, do you see a pullback? Yeah, definitely possible. We've really only been speaking about the higher term timeframes up until now. But we can now go and reference stochastic momentum to see where those pivot points are at and see if there's anything, massively obvious. So the daily time frame will actually turn down if it closes today below 23.930. Currently speaking, it's $80 below that pivots, and it's a long day left to go, obviously, but just be aware of that. 12-hour time frame is actually going to be turning up above 23,730. Again, it is about $120 above that right now. 6-hour time frame is also going to be up above 23,250, which is a good it's a good margin above that right now, and also kind of has been playing out this or I guess I still have that trend line in. Damn, man, I've had this trend line in for a while. Continues to be the gift that keeps on giving, I guess. Anyways, 4-hour time frame pivot is 23.5, and hourly is going to be at 23,860. Now, you'll probably notice on all of these that they are within the critical zone. I do want to be very clear in saying this. This rally is very mature, like very mature. It's like a nice 50-year-old. It's like Stifler's mom, very mature, very nice. It's aged very, very well. But how much more longer does it have to go on? I don't know. But again, the statistics do say that, hey, if you're going to see continuation, it probably happens within this next couple of days period. If you don't see continuation by like late Wednesday, probably looking at a local high for now and moving down to the 21 level or so. But basically, yes. For now, still looking like that. And ultimately, I suspect that we're going to see resolution on this like very, very soon. Obviously, Wednesday is a big catalyst with FOMC, I believe. So Mark's going to move. Unfortunately, I can't read their minds, the board members. A lot of people on Twitter seemingly can, but I cannot. So I don't really have any bias going into it. Don't know what the hell is going to happen. But again, I would imagine that, hey, if things don't kind of reach upwards before then, probably gonna be looking, at a nice big down move from there. Until then, on the short term, I should also denote, like, what if this was all just a major trap, and now I'm trapped in the old trapola. Bitcoin tapped the supply, and now I'm trapped in the tap, and it's time it's time to consider that this is FUBAR. Well, I would say that gets confirmed on CME below about $23,000 on a closing basis, even on the lower term time frames like a 4-hour. Until then, pullbacks are higher lows, and probably tries one more drive here. All right, sweet. That's going to do it for right now. I want to be wishing you the best as always. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully soon.